Hello again everyone, Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Capricorn January 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway people, first thing off is as far as January goes, Venus will be in Scorpio from the 1st until the 7th, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, I experience a lot of love and enjoyment doing Scorpio-like things with friends, such as astrology, the occult, supernatural, even locksmithing, solving mysteries. This could be about loving a stepchild very deeply. It could be about Scorpio relationships may figure prominently in your goals, your aspirations, and your future. They could be Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Scorpio-like characteristics. Now, also this could be about desiring very deep and non-superficial connections in groups, clubs, and organizations, valuing secrecy, privacy, and group-related matters, and enjoyment of Scorpio-related goals and aspirations, valuing very deep friendships, ones that are non-superficial, and also it's about valuing perhaps going beyond superficiality and subterfuge with friends, with acquaintances, with people that you know in groups, clubs, and organizations, and really perhaps the enjoyment of maybe doing something Scorpio-like as far as your future may go. So anyway, next thing up, well, Venus will be in Sagittarius as far as January goes from the 7th until the 31st, so the 12th houses will be emphasized and highlighted. Well, at this time, this could be about some cases a clandestine affair with a Sagittarius. It could be a Sag, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or one that embodies Sagittarius characteristics. You may be a little bit more inhibited and restricted in expressing feelings right now. It could manifest as well in spending on private matters, limitations, restrictions. It could be also maybe the enjoyment of expressing benevolence, philanthropy toward those less fortunate, such as the hungry, the oppressed, the impoverished, and the homeless. Sometimes this could be about a Sagittarius love may disappear or dissipate, maybe not literally, but it may seem like it, and they may go out of view for a little bit. It could be a Sag, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or one that embodies Sagittarius characteristics. This could be also about valuing adventure, exploration, sports, law, philosophy with an aunt or an uncle as well, and perhaps even the outdoors at the same time. So I should say the outdoors with an aunt or an uncle. So anyway, next thing up, well, Mars will be in Aries, so the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, it could be at this time where the situation with family members may be more contentious and acrimonious than usual. Your family, people close to home with the situation might be a little bit more combative, and could be about a lot of aggressive and assertive energy into home related matters, digging into your roots, your ancestry. People you're close, you might experience easy provocation in matters with people you're close to home with, prominent. It could be family members. It also could be the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. But in these instances, the anger may subside very quickly. And also, it might be about having a sexual liaison with an Aries that you feel close to home with. This could be an Aries Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or simply one that embodies Aries-like characteristics. Also could be about putting a lot of energy and vitality into Aries-like traditions. It could be something with sports in general, or maybe even a combative one. It could be things something like karate or judo or wrestling, boxing, and also doing things Aries like that are close to home, such as welding or even firefighting as well. It could be doing something like a volunteer fireman. But at this time too, you might also be rather angry at who you are at the core. And anyway, next thing up is, well, Jupiter will be in Sagittarius as far as this month goes, and the 12th house as well will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, This could manifest perhaps in expanding. I mean, I've talked about Jupiter previously, and Jupiter can be rather paradoxical. It could be very benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. In some cases, this might very well expand a self-righteous, foolhardy, over-optimistic, and even reckless behavior, perhaps with people that are prominent in your private life. It could be an aunt or an uncle as well. It might be people that you're dealing with that are less fortunate than yourself. Also, too, in some isolated cases, this could be about maybe the expansion of a Sagittarius mental illness, such as like hyperactivity. But a lot of this would could depend on the chart and natal chart itself, and if this is making a lot of like adverse aspects. If this is, I mean, say making an adverse aspect to Mercury or the third house cusp, then like a square to it. Which it would pretty much be in most cases, I would say, if it was making an adverse aspect to the third house cusp, or if it was to Mercury, then it could be any of the adverse aspects. But anyway, this could also be very propitious and fortuitous for conquering hidden adversaries. Basically, what me worry outlook, by being very positive and upbeat and having a lot of hope and optimism and weeding these people out. And also too, this could be about expressing a lot of exuberance and enthusiasm in perhaps really in Sagittarius private matters. It could be things connected with sports, philosophy, religion, even doing target practicing or darts, something that could be Sagittarius related, maybe in maybe advertising, something where you're doing this in the real strong solitude and seclusion. Anyway, next thing up is, well, Saturn will be in Capricorn still, so the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, this could manifest perhaps in restrictions and limitations with the physical body. There may be a greater propensity to lose weight at this time, more so than usual. And it may be where you might be, given it's Capricorn, it could be some restrictions and limitations connected with the knees, the bones, the joints. And also you might be more inclined to make even a more serious first impression than usual at this time. Or it could be about Saturn, like new beginnings at this time. It could be something connected with government or some politics, something that could require laborious work and effort. Also too, and really this could be also about perhaps responsibilities to people from your early childhood to new beginnings, which could be Capricorn related. Again, could be something connected with timekeeping if that's possible, even info technology, accounting, government, business, political work, even general mundane work at this time. And also, if you're going through any restrictions as far as the physical body, especially if this is actually in the first house in your chart, this could be something which may make you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy at this time. Anyway, next thing up is Uranus will be in Aries. So the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, this could be a little greater propensity for shocks and electrocution in the home. You may be dealing with more unpredictable, acrimonious behavior from family members, people prominent in your home life, people you're close to home with, even the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. It could be that Aries friendships may figure more prominently in your home life, trying to maybe help you get in touch with your roots, your ancestry, traditions at this time in your home and family life. They could be Aries, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Aries-like characteristics. Could also be where there's more instability in your home life at this time. It might be that there's a lot of erratic, just very unpredictable activity going on, where you might be kind of moving from one place to another. So anyway, and also too, it might be that time where you might be expressing more ingenuity in the home at this time, more so than usual. Anyway, and also in some cases, this could be a very unpredictable arrival of a new family member, very extemporaneous, very spontaneous, maybe unanticipated arrival. And you might find that family members might be acting more unusual than usual. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that. Well, this time, this could be where, in some cases, this could be about communications dissipating and dissolving. There may be more memory issues at this time. Siblings, cousins, neighbors may be somewhat nebulous and unclear at this time. Maybe communications may be more cryptic and ambiguous. You might have a more difficult time in seeing the fine print, perhaps in documents and things that are written at this time. So make sure you're really scrutinizing the details more so than usual at this time. There might be a greater propensity to communicate about dreams, maybe communicating about the metaphysical, which can include astrology, spirituality, chemistry, things connected with pharmacy, prescription drugs, talking about photography, fantasy perhaps. And there may be some confounding issues connected with school, or I should say local transportation, your vehicle. It might be things that are happening to your car that are very confounding and you're having difficulty deciphering what's wrong, and even mechanics perhaps as well may be having difficulty with them. Also guard against perhaps false mediums and prophets influencing your way of thinking at this point in time. So anyway, last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the first houses will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. This may manifest in some cases. I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but you know I'm going to anyway. This could be about the actual literal death or sometimes of yourself in some cases, if there's other transits, or there's something natal chart by progression, but these are very isolated and they usually have to be accompanied, I believe, by other transits and progressions. Now, it could be the death of someone from your early childhood as well. It could be somebody that was instrumental in a new beginning or your outlook on life perhaps. Also, too, this could be about a surgical procedure done with the physical body. It could be something connected with the knees, the bones, the joints. Guard against being overly manipulative and resorting to manipulative behavior and power and control issues at this time. At the same time, this could give power to new beginnings, and a lot of this depends on the aspects this makes to other points in your natal chart. If this is making a positive aspect to, say, Jupiter, then a sextile or trine to your natal Jupiter, this could be very fortuitous for giving that power and new beginnings, or something Scorpio-like new beginnings, such as something with the occult, astrology, supernatural, something with some kind of digging deep, or something connected with the death profession, such as working as an embalmer or a coroner. Also, too, this could be about rebirth and regeneration as well. It could be a time where you feel like, maybe you have lost, there was something where you maybe are bouncing back from. It could be giving something that was Capricorn related, maybe some field that maybe you stopped working in, but because this is about, it's not just about obliteration, this is about rebirth and regeneration. It could be also of your physical vitality, and especially if this is actually the first house in one's natal chart. And also guard against being overly obsessive and compulsive at this time, and it might be things that are connected, and also with this very regimented, consistent Capricorn energy, and it could be matters with the physical body as well, or something maybe you're doing in terms of your just maybe making that first impression, or constantly having to start new beginnings, something like that. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Capricorn January 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be giving you my Aquarius January 2019 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.